landed some stiff jabs in his own right, but Brandon...
Oh my goodness! You want to talk about stiff? A right hand, and down goes Brand!
That is Ethan Ewing, the late replacement step-in that is going to be facing Malcolm Wellmaker this Saturday at the Madison Square Garden at UFC 322, you guys. The fight with Cody Haddon is canceled, okay? Supposedly, Cody Haddon broke his foot last night. I don't know what happened, but it's a broken foot injury. They're scrambling for a late replacement, and in steps in Ethan Ewing, 8-2 on an 8-fight win streak, okay? Interesting fact. This guy just knocked out Billy Brand in the first round, a guy that Cody Haddon had submitted as well in the first round, my friend. So when you look at Ethan Ewing, this guy's actually got some skills. Now, again, this is a fighter who just fought last Saturday, November 7th, and is literally coming in 1 week later to compete against the absolutely young phenom, Malcolm Wellmaker. That's absolutely breaking news. We're going to see what happens with that. I thought Malcolm Wellmaker was absolutely going to sleep Cody Haddon as he comes in because he likes to fire from the hip a lot. That's what I noticed about Cody's boxing. But it's too late to do as much studying as you can on Ethan Ewing just by barely finding out right now. Maybe by tomorrow we'll have a clearer picture of how good this kid really is. But I am interested in this now. The UFC 322 press conference, the last one, absolutely ridiculous. What a stare down. I mean, what a stare down that we just got from Islam Makhachev versus JDM. Bro, that was not no normal stare down. That was like, you know, when I was younger and I would see people walking by me and we would lock eyes and start dogging each other. Like, you automatically are like, what, fool, what you looking at? That's what type of stare down JDM and Islam were giving each other. They were both looking at each other. JDM was looking at this fool. Islam was looking at him, and Islam was like, what's up? You guys, that couldn't have went any more perfect. Now, we know in New York City who the fans are behind. It's Islam Makhachev, all right? Which is a good thing because you do want to have the fans on your side. It's almost like it's a home fight. JDM's going to be going into the Madison Square Garden tomorrow with a bunch of people booing him, which could change the game for JDM, but at the same time, elevate his game. It's all going to matter, my friends. But one thing that I noticed about the face-off, all right? It's hard to tell who won this press conference. I would have to give it to Islam Makhachev, all right? But when you look at this face-off, JDM is walking fast-paced to Islam Makhachev. And I'm not going to lie, bro. JDM does not show no fear at all. That is no fear JDM. That looks Islam Makhachev in the face and is looking at him and saying to him like, yo, I'm not dislocking eyes with you. I'm going to keep staring at you because you're trying to take my title. And it interests me so much, all right? Now, moving on. You got Sean Brady representing Philadelphia, holding it down and getting absolutely booed by the New York crowd. And was Michael Morales the main event or something? Because, dude, it seemed like Michael Morales was getting the most questions asked, more than Islam Makhachev, more than JDM. For a minute, I was like, dude, when are they going to ask Islam Makhachev a question? Because Michael Morales was getting a lot of it. Now, this is an absolutely huge fight for him, and I actually realized even more. Because when you think about New York City, there's such a diverse crowd of Latinos over there, right? You got Ecuadorians, Mexicanos, Hondurans, Salvadorians, Cubanos, every single one, right? Puerto Ricans. Wow. It actually does seem like Michael Morales has big potential in reaching out to the Latino crowd and having the Ecuadorians there by his side. It was like he was the star for this card at UFC 322. Now, he's going to have an absolutely tough matchup against Sean Brady, but I cannot wait for that fight. The thing about Michael Morales, he comes out in his pink little poofy little sweater. You guys know he's a little feminine from his videos and everything like that. I'm rooting for Sean Brady in this fight, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a fantastic fight. Now, what about the face-off between Leon Edwards and Carlos Prates? Hey. Leon, he took his eyes off him, bro. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, we compared the Islam Makhachev with JDM face-off when Islam took his eyes off him. You see the face-off now at the press conference. JDM is like a dog right now. Face-off is absolutely winning the battles. But Leon Edwards takes his eyes off of Carlos Prates as Carlos Prates continues to stare him down. I don't know if Leon Edwards is going to be absolutely nervous in this fight, but if you guys didn't see at the media interviews yesterday, Carlos Prates was calling him a quitter. At the press conference today, they're asking Leon Edwards, how do you feel about that? Leon Edwards is telling everybody that he's going to go in there, shut everybody up, and tell people, remind people who he is. Now, in my opinion, his back is against the cage once again. There was a time when a lot of people said that Leon Edwards would never become the welterweight champion of the world. Never. Right? And then he did it and proved everybody wrong. He's almost in that situation again. You know, he's coming off horrible losses. Sean Brady, Belal Muhammad just getting out-grappled every single time. And now he has his first matchup where he's going up against an actual striker, but a deadly one from Brazil, the Fighting Nerds, Carlos Prates. Since, what was it, 2021, since he's fought Nate Diaz. This is going to be an absolutely exciting card, my friends. I honestly cannot wait. Valentina and Zhang, they look absolutely just ready. Both of them, the women look like they're ready to go down, throw down. But now Dariush, but not St. Denis, we didn't get a lot of things out of them, but you already know what type of fight we're getting when BSD steps in there. But now Dariush with his gray hair, yo, man. I can't wait for this card tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get ready for the weigh-ins, baby.